Hi everybody, this is Leslie and you're watching Midlife and Nailing It. If you could please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, I'd greatly appreciate it. Today I have for you another What's for Dinner video. I post one of these every Monday. This week my family had the plague, and I mean an ugly, nasty, disgusting plague. I was down for the count for 3 days. Usually I just pop some ibuprofen and keep moving. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And for maybe the second or third time since having children, I was in bed and couldn't even move. So this week, I have 3 meals for you, and that's it. 3. That's all I made. And for the family members that could eat, they ran amok. They got all kinds of takeout, guys. They were having themselves a takeout party. So without further ado, let's get started. So for this meal, I decided to make some stir fry. I have a pan with some olive oil heated up, and then I just cut up some chicken breast, and then I add that to the pan. The chicken is actually on a cutting board here. It's just a clear cutting board, and I'm kind of holding it over the pan. So I go ahead and add my chicken to the pan and get that going. So I'm just using a couple packages of this Kroger brand stir fry kit. It actually has fresh veggies in there. It had Brussels sprouts and kale and cabbage and carrots and pea pods. It was so super good. And then teriyaki sauce was included. I used 2 of these packages because the veggies are our favorite part, and we like to have leftovers. This kit had broccoli as well. So my chicken is almost finished. So I had a little bit of this Trader Ming's. Oh, that's cute, Trader Joe's. It's from Trader Joe's. General Tso stir fry sauce. And I went ahead and added the little bit that I had left to the chicken. It was just enough to coat the chicken, like a real thin coating, and it gave it just a little kick. So once my chicken was coated, I went ahead and pulled that out of the pan, and then I added just a little bit of olive oil and got my veggies in there. Once the veggies were done, I added the packages of teriyaki sauce. I then added my veggies to the bowl that I had the chicken and gave it a good stir. This is what that meal looked like plated up, and we had lots of leftovers. So for the next meal, I went ahead and just made up this Bear Creek tortilla soup mix. I have 2 of them there. I had these in the pantry for a while, and I just needed to use them. They're actually pretty good considering they're not homemade. So this is what that soup looked like as it was thickening up. So to top our soup off, I have these tortilla strips, the tricolor, and of course some sharp cheddar cheese and sour cream. So this is what the tortilla soup looked like in a bowl. It was super good. It's very easy. It's kind of nice to have something like this on hand that you can just throw together super quick in a pinch, or keep it around as long as I did and then just use it because you need to get it out of your pantry. So for the last meal that I have for you today, I decided to make breakfast for dinner. I'm making some sausage balls. You want to make sure you have a pound of sausage. You can use any kind that you want. And then I've got some Kroger sharp cheddar cheese. You can again use any shredded cheese that you'd like. And lastly, I am trying this recipe with the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. I'm just going to use 1 box here. So it's 1 pound of sausage, and then it's 2 cups of any kind of shredded cheese that you would like to use. And then you can either use the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit mix, or you can use 1.5 cups of Jiffy or Bisquick. I didn't taste much of a difference, so any of those things work just as well, and they're just as yummy. I do want to add that this takes a super long while to incorporate together, so don't think that you're doing it wrong. Next, you want to spray a cookie sheet with some cooking spray, and then you want to put your sausage balls onto your cookie sheet. Those bake at 350 degrees for about 12 minutes. Next, I'm going to scramble some eggs. So I just throw however many eggs that I want to into a bowl. Then I use a splash of milk and some salt and pepper to taste. Next, I take a fork or a whisk and I break up all the eggs. And then I stir it all until it's completely mixed together. Basically, until it looks like this. So next, I melt a couple of tablespoons of unsalted butter in a pan. At the same time, I'm melting some butter on the back burner there. I forgot to set some butter out so it was softened to put on our toast. So I'm melting some butter because we all know how hard spreading completely cold butter is. Okay, so I've got my egg mixture in the pan and I'm using a spatula to see if it's ready to start scramble, and it's not. So I'm checking again and now it's ready to start scrambling. That's what it'll look like when it's ready. So my intention was to show you the entire process of scrambling eggs, but it was too hard for me to hold the camera while I scrambled. So yeah, you want your eggs, when they look like this, it's time to pull them. You don't want to overcook your eggs and you don't want to undercook them. It's just something that takes practice. So this is what this sausage balls look like when they're done. I actually try to make these every Christmas season and I just didn't get to them. So that's why we're having them for dinner this night. So this is what the sausage balls look like plated up. I also put out some raspberries with this dinner, as well as some orange juice, and of course the scrambled eggs with some toast on the side and strawberry jam as well. So this is what that meal looked like plated up. I mean, breakfast food is always good, right? So while I was sick, there was plenty of food in the house to make, but my son came up with this recipe he called spaghetti tacos. I told him I really didn't think that was a thing, but he said it is a thing, that he has seen things about this thing. I will say that that sauce is homemade. He added garlic and nutmeg. So yeah, there's a picture of his spaghetti tacos he made himself while I was sick. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.